Since joining Agent Rainmaker just over a year and a half ago, I've now made an additional £250,000. I'm Samantha Troy. My company is Adra Properties. We're based on the Gateway of Wales and we cover both England and Wales. So let me take you back about a year ago. Things were very different. I was working out of the back of my daughter's car, didn't have an office. Mostly I would be working in places like Wetherspoons. Things were very, very different. At that time, I had 25 rental properties. One of my big issues as a single mum of 4 children, I was subsidising the business. I think the lowest points seem to come on the first of the month when we get the portal bill and you're paying these phenomenal amounts of money and you just cannot afford them. And I just thought, right, I either quit right now or get myself another job. Something had to happen. I was sat outside the house waiting for the solicitors to give me the completion. I was just checking my Facebook feed. Up came this woman, Sally Lawson. And she's talking about this one-day event that she's going to do online. She's talking about you can grow your business to £100,000. I'm thinking, well, that would be fabulous. And she was giving all these examples. And I was thinking, no, this is far too good to be true. It got to the point where I thought, do you know what? I'm going to do that online course. It was from there then, the offer of bootcamp, where I thought, how on earth am I going to afford that? It was when I got home, my daughter was complaining because I said, I need your car tomorrow. And she said, Mum, you can't have my car tomorrow. You've got to do something. You've got to seriously do something about this. And I said, well, actually, there's this boot camp and it's a lot of money. And she said to me, my daughter, if you want success, make your decisions fast. And I thought, do you know what? She's right. I made my decision fast and I thought, I'll put it on my credit card. And I was on my way to boot camp. Within the first day, it was absolutely crazy. While Sally was talking, suddenly pennies were dropping. She was saying about, looking at your situation. How can you monetize that? A lot of it was really ringing true at that point. We just had all the Welsh reforms and all our industry completely changed in Wales. I was thinking, well, I've got to do these occupational contracts. They're 36 pages long. There's a lot of work to get them all reserved out to all our contract holders. While I was in the room at boot camp, I was doing some figures, working out some ideas, even sending emails. And on the first day, I had, just by listening to Sally, I was able to get back all my money for bootcamp. I was absolutely buzzing. The ideas, they were coming at you and I was thinking, I could do that. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to act. Come day 3, we're talking acquisitions. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I couldn't possibly do an acquisition. The next thing was, you've got to start approaching businesses. I thought, oh my goodness, where do I start? Google. And did my first approach. Nothing came back. That was fine. So after bootcamp, I was so inspired, so ready to go. The very next day, I walked into town and I walked in this office. And I spoke to the owner and I said, I want to buy your business. As you can imagine, he was a little bit surprised. I said, well, I'll just leave it with you. For weeks, nothing. Bizarrely, on my daughter's birthday, the phone rang and it was him on the end of the phone. And he said, I want to sell. And I thought, oh my goodness. He said, there's a condition. I want it done in 2 weeks. And he said, you've got to take on the showroom and the staff member. So again, making those decisions fast, exactly what my daughter said. I said right there and then, yes, we've got a deal. 2 weeks later, here I am in the office and I now have a staff member, which has been an absolute game changer after working all this time on my own. And now finally I have help. Oh my gosh, it's been a phenomenal year, I've got to say. I'm getting more time back with the children. We have enjoyed a few holidays. I think the biggest change, I have a fabulous new car that I think is probably one of the biggest successes that Agent Rainmaker have brought into my life. I suddenly feel I've made it, I'm successful. It's a hard thing to describe, being my age and not have your own car. So really excited that since joining Agent Rainmaker just over a year and a half ago, I've now made an additional £250,000. I really took that leap of faith. I still have not even covered over half of what Sally said to implement. The success is real. You have to take on board everything that Sally says. It just goes to show Sally knows what she's talking about. Make your decisions fast and achieve your success.